Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for Friday, March 20th, 2015. I'm Astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. I have a big sale going on, friends and family sale. Type in friends and my discount code to get access to me for 20% off on a reading if you've already got one with me. And if you're new, type in newbie and you get 10% off. Also, leoking.lookstack.com to stream all my awesome content, my daily tarot and relationship readings, my sun sign horoscopes, and my daily notifications, all on the phone. Check it all out at those sites. But before we take a look at all the planets, let's take a look at the Leo King Planet Energy Meter to understand where all the energy is for your Friday and your spring equinox, or fall equinox if you're on the other side. And I am putting the energy meter, of course, at the extreme position. Solar eclipse happening today. New moon on the equinox. This is probably one of the most rare solar eclipses you could ever have in astrology. This is one of the most rare big new years you could ever have. Because I think what we forget about is this is the pagan new year. And whether you think pagans or BS or whatever, this truly is about the revolution of new. This is about complete shutting doors ending. Big solar eclipse, 29 degrees Pisces today. This is the last sign, the last click, the last degree, the last little minutes there. It is literally like, it is the last closed doors of this new beginning. Because the moon then comes into Aries today, lights up into Aries, is ready for things. We got Mars here, and to have a moon, Mars, Uranus, and Aries. Woo! Let me tell you, this is about this feeling of newness, because then later today, after the solar eclipse, it will take a while, but later today, the sun will then come into Aries, and this will be extreme, because then the moon and the sun will be, hanging out in Aries, and then we'll have the sun in Aries, and there's going to be a lot of this new beginning. This is the big equal day, equal night. This is the big new start. This is the big new year. This is in many ways a celebration of where to go next. This is the Pluto-Uranus square that are ending, and this is the universe sending a big signal of the new earth, the new direction, the new chapters in our lives. This is as well Venus making a nice, I think they're nice, quincunx over to Saturn. And so this is really making some huge decisions about our big paths in our life, about what's worthy, what's not, what we're ready to manifest. This is also Mercury, of course, going to make a nice yod with Jupiter and over to Pluto. And I think that this is really pointing towards the expanding of our hearts. We're waiting for Jupiter to come direct in less than a month. Thank you. Of course, the Leo King saying that because Jupiter's in Leo. Trust me, Jupiter, when it's in your sign retrograde, is a weird place to be. But this is a time of true happiness. This is a day of celebration. Although it could be very weird, kind of creepy, it is the darkest of the dawn, because right before the dawn hits in life is the darkest moment because of the longest night. And so this is weird because we're having the longest night with the bright new beginning at the same time. We're having the big new start. And Neptune rules Pisces. And Neptune is one of the farthest planets out. In astronomy terms, it is the farthest planet out, if you don't count Pluto, although I count Pluto. But Neptune is always looking out beyond our solar system. It isn't looking at the solar system. The way that Neptune kind of angles itself and the outer planets kind of go, I could care less about what's going on over by the sun. I want to kind of see what's going on out in the universe a little bit more. And I think that this is us galactically shifting in consciousness internally and really starting this new year, because I believe this is the new year. I am not a January 1st New Year person if you know me personally. Not one. But this is truly about us starting to see outside of what we know in our reality, of what we know about life, and starting to seed and begin a new person, a new self, a new identity, of one that is completely ending the identification of a life of this old paradigm, of this old earth, of the old way of looking at things, and looking out beyond the heliosphere. Now I know I'm getting a little nerdy on you, but that heliosphere is the bubble that we're in. The universe that we know of is where the solar system meets the outer system, basically. The inner and the outer. And I think that this is us truly going beyond And you know, Pisces and Neptune, this represents true mysticism, you know, the energy that is not physical and real. You have to remember that this solar eclipse is not so much about what you see so reality in your life. It is what is shifting beyond. It is the energy of music and stuff that doesn't come to the ears that you actually physically hear. You hear internally. You know, it's music you hear. It's music you hear in the universe. You don't hear it logically. You don't hear it like in this earth. You don't hear it like I hear my thing snap. But inside you can hear me snap. Did you just hear that? That's Pisces. It's the internal. It's the invisible. This is a big shift inside, but you're going to see a big kablam happen as I feel, I'll just give it away right now. A lot of people were asking me if I were to predict when anything would happen. And I don't think that it is today that the big thing would happen. I think it is tomorrow. Once the sun is in Aries, once we have Venus, and once we have the moon come into the big Pluto-Uranus square, and Venus moves over this, you're going to see tomorrow. There'll be the big bang. And I think today could feel it. There's something coming. But I guarantee you, you're going to start to feel after today this big release, this big let go, and this big new beginning in your life. Happy New Year. Happy, you know, Equinox. And if you're here in America or on the north side of the hemisphere, it is time for the next 6 months of light, baby, and summer, and woo! And this is definitely a time for exciting things. Check out my website, theleoking.com, if you have any questions, and I will see you tomorrow.